We are with State Representative Tina Orwall from the 33rd District. Happy session.
Happy session, thank you.
You had a press conference with Senator Keiser this past Monday about your port bill. What does it do?
As one of the issues that the community I represent faces is this growing large airport. For years we talked about the noise, but we really have gained an understanding that we have to be equally or even more concerned about the fuel pollution that comes off of airplanes. That's called ultrafine particles. And so the bill actually says we'd like to see mitigation around noise and air quality. As you know, we started putting the HEPA filters in schools because that's a very effective way of reducing pollution. We'd like to see those in all of our schools, in our daycares, in senior centers. And we also have a lot of homeowners that live very near the airport who have failed port packages. They may have windows they can't see out of that are mold infested and have been waiting for years. We talked to one homeowner who's been waiting 8 years, and he's home with his wife. He's a caretaker, and they cannot get those windows replaced, and it's very expensive. So the bill says, let's use a portion of the funds that we send to the airport to dedicate those towards this kind of mitigation and other sources that we might have available this session.
Now, there are serious health concerns around airports.
Yeah, in fact, when I started working on this, because somebody approached me about asthma. And of course, my son has asthma, and it never really occurred to me that there could be any connection. And so what we found is we have very high rates of asthma in our area. In fact, they did a map, and the greatest concentrations of children going to emergency departments is in our area. And so I think it's really important for us to start talking about these health conditions. We did get funding last year to do an asthma intervention for relief and support to those families, but it's affecting everyone in our community.
Last week you had a social worker compact bill heard. What does that one do?
Well, as you know, I'm a social worker, very proud. And one of the things we have been doing is what's called interstate compacts. And they allow different professions to come work in our state more rapidly. It gets rid of some of the red tape, at the same time protecting those professionals and making sure they're at a standard that we think is acceptable. This is especially important for military spouses who maybe have moved in our state and it's difficult for them to rapidly re-enter the workforce. So my bill focuses on the social work compact. And again, we're having a behavioral health crisis. We have so many openings, and so this is a way of making our workforce more robust and also supporting military families.